Okay, legislative update, Mrs. Shorter.
Yes. Okay. There is an update on House Bill 1. There's just been some additional information that was entered into the record. So February 25th, the OEE president, which is our Ohio Education Association, offered proponent testimony before the House. House Bill 1 contains the Fair School Funding Plan, and the Fair School Funding Plan passed the Ohio House by a vote of 87 to 9 at the end of 2020, as we've discussed before. But the Senate did not consider the bill before the legislative session ended. So following the historic vote in the House last year, fair school funding has reemerged as the House's top priority for the 134th General Assembly. And the Fair School Funding Plan, FSFP, introduced as House Bill 1, is scheduled for 3 hearings this week. So members of the FSFP work group testified yesterday, and this was as of February 26th. So they testified, and the education associations are providing testimony. They anticipate additional hearings to be scheduled with the next week for the opportunity, providing the opportunity for members to testify. So similar to last year, they plan for members to submit testimony in support of House Bill 1 by region. So far, Middletown in our region has submitted written testimony in support of House Bill 1. I suspect that will change. The next update is about House Bill 67. It's hard to see it. So House Bill 67 was a bill we mentioned last time that we were together. The U.S. Department of Education has announced that they're going to be granting waivers, allowing states to, that they will not be granting waivers, allowing states to forego annual testing this year. While the announcement included flexibility about when and how the tests are administered and how the data may be used, testing will go forward. So this is hugely disappointing news, as Ohio educators have been vocal about the need to focus on classroom instruction and meeting student needs rather than spending time on standardized tests. So this announcement came a day before the House primary and Secondary Education Committee was poised to pass House Bill 67. So House Bill 67, sponsored by Representative Adam Byrd of Cincinnati and Kyle Kohler of Springfield, calls for waiving state required tests and requiring the Ohio Department of Education to seek a waiver of federally mandated tests for the school year. So the bill would allow high schoolers to use their course grades in lieu of test scores for the purpose of high school graduation. Although there was broad support in the House to pass the bill, they believe that the Ohio Senate and Governor DeWine were likely roadblocks to keep the bill from being signed into law. So many remain supportive of the provisions of House Bill 67 related to waiving state testing above the federal minimum requirements and allowing high school grades to be used for high school graduation. And that's it.
Thank you, Mr. Shorter. Any questions for Mrs. Shorter?
Mr. Birding, I'd just like to add just a brief comment. Mrs. Shorter talked about House Bill 1, and I just wanted to let the board know, as well as our community, that both of us, we were asked to go online and sign off as supporters of House Bill 1, and both of us have done so. So I just want to let the board know, as well as our community, that both of us have done that.
So Mrs. Lane and yourself? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All righty. And did you guys, you submitted written testimony?
You know, the request that we had was to go online and submit our names as supporting the testimony that was given.
Okay,
So that's what we did,
okay,
I think Middletown was our representative, this
Yes.
region's representative.
yes.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Yep, because they did have a full body there, and it was pretty
Yeah.
extensive. All righty. Okay, thanks for clarifying
You're welcome.
that.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Shorter. Okay, there is no Butler Tech update other than Cafe Lee is again open for business. And today and tomorrow, I think breakfast is for lunch. So they're serving all kinds of breakfast items, Eggs Benedict and things like that. So if you want to make a reservation to go, it's open from 11 to 1 p.m. Okay, Planning Commission, Mr. Bigley.
Planning Commission has not met since our last meeting.
Okay. Student Achievement, Mrs. Gundram.
Okay, so something I thought that happened that was pretty interesting is we have six fifth graders from Miss Sims' North Elementary class that are going to be published authors, which is pretty cool, especially at such a young age. It's cool at any age, but really, as young as they are, it's really great. Apparently, they entered a contest through the Young Writers Association. They had to write a mini saga, which was a creative story written in 100 words or less. And 6 of theirs were chosen. They're going to be published in a book called A Wonder in the Woods, U.S. Legends, and a copy of the book will be at North Elementary Library once it is published. So I want to give a shout out to those 6 students. There's Logan Cruey, Caitlin Steyerhoff, Mia Kane, Carson Garcher, Hannah Vo, and Olivia Sacco. So I think that is really special that they get to do that, and a testament to their writing.
Well, congratulations to them. That's incredible news.
Fifth graders, that's outstanding.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you for that update. Parks and Recreation, Mr. Clark.
Yes, spring is coming. Marsh Lake opens tomorrow, boating, fishing, and it's free. So this year, they're back on the admission to get into Marsh Lake is free for boating and fishing. So that's pretty good to get community people involved and bring more people into our community to take advantage of Marsh Lake. So it's a really nice lake. I don't know if you've all been there, probably have. But the community get a chance to go. They got concession building there for bait and things like that. But yeah, so opens tomorrow. Free fishing, free boating all summer.
Wow,
Yeah, it's great.
can't beat free,
Can't beat free.
unless they pay you to come boat.
That would beat that, yeah.
Yeah. All right, thank you, Mr. Clark.
You're welcome.